Welcome you to the All-NA North Allegheny Jazz Night. Tonight we're going to be featuring 7 jazz ensembles, which is really quite remarkable for one school district. 3 middle school ensembles and 4 high school ensembles. And when I say 4 high school ensembles, they're 4 appropriately instrumentated jazz bands, which is really, really cool to be able to say that we have that. I'm going to forewarn you, it's going to be a long night. But, you know, when it comes down to doing the programs, especially when we get up to the older bands, you know, which senior am I going to tell, no, you've been looking forward your 4 years to playing a feature solo on your last jazz concert. Sorry, it's too long, you can't do it. Or which band are we going to say, sorry, you can't play tonight? So, you know, it is what it is, and it shouldn't last any longer than a football game on a Friday night, right? So it's just a football game in the auditorium, right, with music. So if you could just sort of sit back, relax, just enjoy the artistry of these wonderful young adults that are keeping America's only true music, born in the United States of America, jazz, keeping that alive. Yes, I know country was born in the United States too, but I don't count that. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome our first big band to the stage. Under the magnificent direction of Miss Courtney Gary, we have the Carson Middle School Jazz Ensemble.
All right, our first selection is entitled Red Bank Stroll. It's a tribute to Count Basie's homeland in Red Bank, New Jersey, and you'll be hearing from Michael Barnett on the trumpet and Eric Bloomquist on the alto saxophone, as well as Sophia Elliott on the drum set. This is Red Bank Stroll. All right, our next piece is a Latin chart entitled Mas Que Nada, and you're going to hear from several soloists, which are all improvised solos. You'll hear from David Chen on alto, Jason Pazin on trumpet, Mateo Seawald on alto, Michael Barnett on trumpet, Matthew Frank on trombone, Andrew Dubinet on trumpet, Logan Henderson on trombone, Emily Whitewolf on trumpet, and Eric Bloomquist on alto saxophone. This is Mas Que Nada. One more round of applause for those improv solos. I know it's a lot, but when there's a lot of kids that are like, I want to try, then you got to give them an opportunity. So that was great. Our final selection is entitled Zack Attack. It's probably one of their favorite. I don't know, it might be tied with Mas Nada at this point. Soloists will include John Mitterer on bari sax and Eric Bloomquist on alto, as well as Tim Harold on trumpet and Marcus Murphy on the drum set. These are also improvised solos as well. And this is our final tune entitled Zack Attack. We are the Carson Middle School Jazz Ensemble. One more round of applause. Thank you. Up next, we will have Mr. Wesley Taylor with the Marshall Middle School Jazz Ensemble. Give us one moment to get switched around, and we'll be right with you. Thank you.
All right, while we're doing that, you guys can like stand up, stretch. Oh, maybe walk out there and buy a raffle ticket. Yeah, why don't you think about doing that? All right, it'll take a few minutes to set up. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, we have like a uniform fitting. That would be great if you could help out with that too. So these things to think about for, your weekend. It's going to be nice, and they have to cut the grass and everything and trim the bushes. But uniform fittings are so much fun, and so is buying a raffle ticket. Including guitars or
No, just 9 sax. And then 6 in the trombones. Hold on. Okay, that'll work. We gotta tighten it up. Bring it in. Okay. All right, you guys got it? 0? Okay, we don't have 6 bombs. I think we're back on to it. Jack, why don't you still take it over?
All right. Is there trumpet solos in the back?
Yes.
Okay. Check your mic level. Make sure you're good with your bell. So just put it up. Okay, you got to play right into that mic. So you're gonna have to angle your music. Any trombone solos? Okay. Saxophone solos. Okay, so you're gonna angle your mic. When you stand, how do you play? Okay, you might just have to adjust mics, Mr. Taylor, as you're going.
Is Trish? No. Matt? Christian, Darian, Ethan. Yeah, we're good. Okay.
All right, guys, here we go. Part 2. Here is Mr. Taylor with the Marshall Middle School Jazz Ensemble.
Thank you very much. We went out and played today at, normally we take a little tour and we'll tour the elementary schools that feed Marshall. And today we just played for Bradford Woods and we played some of the same music, so those guys are fresh off the tour, I guess. But there was something I forgot to mention to the smaller kids, and that's how many times that this group has been together and rehearsing. We've been together, they've practiced, we added them up. We think about 30 or maybe even a little bit more, 30 rehearsals on Tuesday mornings at 7 a.m. So parents, that's a lot of dedication on your part. So the success that is happening up on the stage here from all the groups is in great part due to you. So thank you, parents. Thanks, Mom and Dad. All right, we'll have a couple of solos in this. This is Blue Train, and we do improvised solos a lot of times. And thank you very much for coming out tonight. Blue Train. when you put together, I know I probably say this every concert, but when you put rock sort of rhythms together with jazz harmonies, you get fusion. So this is Pick Up the Pieces. Victor Lopez is a really good arranger of this stuff. I try to listen to everything that I can find that he puts out. This is really difficult. A lot of, I don't know, musical term would be melismatic, a lot of melodies that move around a lot very quickly. And we've been working hard on this, so we hope you appreciate the hard work that goes into this. Pick Up the Pieces, our final song tonight, before we introduce Ingamar. Thank you very much.
Marshall Middle School, let's give them some more loving. Come on. All right, it's time to stretch again, guys. You know what Sunday is, dads? It's Mother's Day. You know what would be a great Mother's Day gift, guys? To go out and get a raffle ticket for your lovely wives. Okay, perfect. Great gift. Just think about it, but you have time to go out while the next group comes on. How many saxes are there? Mr. P, how many saxes are there? 8. How many trombones? 7. Okay, trombones slide down a bit. Adjust the mics for the solos. Okay. Is there any trumpet solos? Yeah. Okay, make sure you stand near the mic and check your bell angle. Okay? 2 more chairs. Okay, are there any trombone solos? Yeah. Okay. They're out front. Do you want to come out front? Yeah. Okay. Is he coming out front? Not for the written ones. Remember, there's another music stand. There's one right there. Hey, Jazz, 2 and 3 go in the chorus room, please. I have a stand here. Did somebody still need it? We good? Cowbell. Sorry about that. We're going to do that. Just have to start again. Cowbell first, okay? Do you need a stand or are you going to hold it? Okay, do you need a music stand? All right. Okay, here. Okay, you good? Can you check the bass? You good? Solos, Brett, Nathan, Luke, me. All set, Mr. B. All right, let me introduce you. All right, next band coming up. This is Mr. Lou Pisani and the Ingamar Middle School Jazz Ensemble. Let's give it up to them.
Thank you, everyone. We're going to open up with a piece composed by Arturo Sandoval called Funky Cha-Cha, and there are improvised solos by Brett McCutcheon on alto sax, Nate Greenberg on trombone, Luke Wood on trumpet, Mia Miller on piano, and Nathan Bjorklund has a written solo on tenor saxophone. very much. That's okay, I got a big mom. Our second piece is a tribute to Tom Casey, as well. I know Carson did one, the opening. But this is also a tribute to Sammy Mexico, one of the great arrangers of the Basie band, who grew up right around here in Pittsburgh and became University many, many years ago. This features a piano solo by Ingamar and also a trumpet solo by Strolling with Sam. Is it here? It is on. Okay. Our last selection is one probably that doesn't need an introduction. If you played in a high school jazz band in 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, you probably heard Chameleon, probably one of the most well-known jazz pieces recorded. And it was recorded by one of the great jazz trumpet players, Maynard Ferguson. We're going to do this piece a little a la Maynard Ferguson and bring the trumpet section to the front here, but we're also going to feature improvised solos by Zach Orwig on alto sax, Andrew Johnson on the trombone, Nathan Bjorklund on piano, and Akshana Dasanaiki on electric bass. This is Maynard's Chameleon. Thank you, everyone, for being here. And I also want to thank the students behind me. They've worked incredibly hard this year, doing 6 very difficult charts. We did 3 different ones at AV this evening. And I really put out a challenge to them, and they've really come through for me this year. So thank you very much to all the students behind me.
You know where it is?
Yeah, it's unpacked.
All right. You ready? Yeah, I think we're ready. You're ready, guys.
Okay, it is my pleasure to introduce a fellow Penguin here on stage, being we are both YSU grads. Please enjoy Jazz Ensemble 4 under the direction of Mr. Todd Steffen.
Thank you. This is Jazz Ensemble 4, and that was a old blues made famous by the Count Basie Orchestra, entitled All Right, Okay, You Win. Featured Erica McNatt on alto saxophone. Erica. Ben Cheong on alto saxophone. Bryce McLaughlin on trombone. And Sam Argio? Ario. Okay, he did a good job. It's Sam A. Okay, in order to keep things moving, we do have to do some thank yous, though, so we'll make sure we get those in. I apologize if they're brief, but like I said, it's a long evening, so we're going to keep it moving. I'd certainly like to thank our upper administration and our newly appointed superintendent, Dr. Bob Shearer. I'm very happy to have him. I know how supportive he is of the arts, and I look forward to working with him. Our very supportive Board of Education as well. Our administration here at Nash. Just wonderful 3 gentlemen to work with. I think Mr. Young is here tonight, actually. He always likes to come to the jazz night. Thank you, Mr. Young. And also the administration at NAI, because we have some obviously 9th and 10th graders here as well. Big thank you to the band parents. Deanne Hickley is our president. They're out there working feverishly. And to all of you guys that have volunteered and even just bringing your kids. I mean, that's what it's all about, man. And thank you. Thank you for doing that. Give yourselves a round of applause, please. Okay, I'd also like to thank Bob Tozier and Kevin Zebley and his crew back there, running lights and sound. He's doing a great job. And also the wonderful programs that I could never even dream up of making myself. Lori Reese and the program committee do a great job with the programs. So, those of you that you remember my programs, how like drab they were, and yeah, I know. So these ones are really nice. So, okay, we're going to continue our portion of the program with a Miles Davis tune entitled Freddie Freeloader. It's going to feature Connor Foran, right, on the trumpet, or Miles Davis, and Ben, right, Chung on the alto saxophone again, and who else? Sean, right? And Sean Stefanko. His name's almost the same as mine, except it's got a KO at the end. On Barry sax. All right, here we go. All right. One of the parts of what Steve and I like to do is we like to introduce the seniors to you because they put in a lot of hard work with our program, not just with the jazz program, but with our concert bands and many of the marching band. They spend a lot of hours. So we have 4 seniors in this group. Jen, I'll get you with Jazz 1, okay? And Greg, I'll get you with Jazz 1, all right? Okay. First on Barry sax, Jenny Kranak. She's going to Villanova for chemical engineering. Jenny? And also, oh no, he's not playing Barry sax in this band. He plays Barry sax in concert band, right? And symphonic band, tuba in concert band. He's a man of many trades. Playing trombone, Savold Shermeta, going to Penn State for mechanical engineering. Also playing trombone, and he's not sure where he's going yet, but I know he's going to do great things, Chris Gelsheiser. And finally on the drum set, going to Grove City College for music education, Matthew Hickley. One of the things that I really love about this band is we rehearse once a week most of the time. And a lot of these kids, they're new to jazz, or only played in their middle school jazz ensembles. Some of them, we have a clarinet player, right? What else do we have back? Well, you're a jack of all trades, right? I know Connor, he also plays French horn, right? Yeah, so we got a lot of people up here experiencing jazz, and that's what this group is all about. And they're doing just a fabulous job. We're going to close our portion of the program with a blues tune entitled "All In for the Blues," and it's going to feature Ben. Right? You're going to solo with Ben Chong again. He's our star soloist this evening. And who else? Who am I missing? Oh, that's right, John Hoffman on the trumpet. Thank you. This is "All In for the Blues." Jazz Ensemble 4. And also, I should tell you, our lovely bass player, who does a really nice job, she got sick this afternoon and is home with a fever. So in a panic from my house, I didn't know who else to call upon but the wonderful Greg Berkovich. He sight read all that stuff tonight. So on bass there, Greg Berkovich. You'll hear from him a little later on. And then also, sort of a guest artist in residence back there helping on the trumpet, Jen Foster. Jen Foster is also in Jazz 1. Jazz Ensemble 4.
Hey guys, how about kids in the audience? You know what Sunday is? Mother's Day. This would be a great time for you to go out and get your mom a little raffle ticket, wouldn't that? Yeah. This is not going to go away. It's going to be all night long. Buy a raffle ticket.
Okay, what do you guys need? Mr. Stefan, I need a stand over. Okay, we'll get you chairs. How are we doing chairs?
Here, no, here. We don't need an extra stand. Here. Are you good? Yeah.
You have the right number of chairs?
Yep.
Marshall's an issue. Play a little bit. Well, you're ready.
You have enough room? Turn that down. Better? Is that better? Did you check both mics?
You're only just be on for solos.
Right.
They're not going to be on now.
Check your horn angle. Does it need to be lower?
Steve, you want to hear the bass?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, no.
You ready?
You guys got, what are we doing?
All right. We're one band ahead of where I projected in time. Okay. What, you don't like to listen to music? Either way, I was going to get you on that. Okay. Okay. This is Jazz Ensemble 3, conducted by my friend and colleague, Mr. Stephen Baldanzi. And I'll tell you, I'm really, really proud of this group, man. They competed in Disney and earned a high excellent rating, which is the second highest rating you can receive at a festival. And also, I believe out of the 7 or 8 jazz bands that were there, I think you guys had like the 4th or 5th highest score. I think it was 4th highest score of any jazz band, regardless of class. That's our 3rd band. How about it, man? All right.
Hi, Jen.
All right. Mr. B and Jazz Ensemble 3.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... All right, little Les Brown, Band of Renown, featured Marshall Henry on the tenor saxophone. Leapfrog. All right, so we're going to do like a little Sinatra favorite, okay, and it's called Come Fly With Me, and it's going to feature Jacob on the alto, right, and Maeve on the trumpet. All right, here we go. down hard. Yeah. It works better with a 5, but I only have $1 in my wallet. Okay. Yeah, just keep rubbing the pad, and it should not stick anymore. Hey, we just a little technical difficulty. Next tune, we're going to feature a lot of solos. Once again, Marshall on tenor, Julia Maruca on the alto sax, Maeve once again on the trumpet, and Jacob on our guitar. This is an original composition called The Last Lap. Now they're passing my dollar around. Epidemic. Now I gotta wash that dollar. Now you got germs. No, you guys are not getting it. It works better with this, right? All right, here we go. Ba-boo-da, ready? Give it that. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Tomatoes. Attack from the Killer Tomatoes. All right, this is one of my favorite modern day big bands is Gordon Goodwin. Great contemporary big band. And a lot of his charts are out for professional bands and college bands and even really good high school bands. This is kind of a watered down arrangement of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. All right, we're just going to do a quick bass changeover from acoustic to electric. There we go. All right, so our last selection is Watermelon Man by Herbie Hancock. And actually, it's a friend of ours who arranged it, Mr. Mike Kamoff. He actually came in a few years back and did an AV middle school thing. And he's good friends with Mr. Bazzani and Mr. Steffen because they went to Youngstown together. And he's a great middle school band director down in Maryland. But he's getting a lot of his arrangements out there. And actually, he wrote the arrangement when Kristen, Mr. Steffen's wife, passed away. He wrote a chart for him and dedicated to Kristen. So he's a great arranger and a good friend of ours here at North Allegheny. So our last selection is going to feature Mr. Marshall Henry again on tenor sax and Jose Key on the alto sax. Here is Watermelon Man. Good job. 1, 2, and 1, 2. All right, thanks so much. But before we step off the stage, I just want to recognize our two seniors who are be leaving us this year. And Justin, why don't you stand? Okay, Justin's going to be going to Duquesne University for secondary social studies. Oh boy, you'll never get a job. Okay, just kidding. And who else? Sean. Sean is going to Ohio State University, computer science. You definitely will get a job. Okay. Once again, thank you. And this is Jazz Ensemble 3. All right, guys.
Wait, Mr. B, who am I solo actor? In Gertrude.
You're the last solo.
Well, yeah, but I have to.
Tess, just that mic there. Oh no, let Matthew do it. Okay, he's first. You play to that mic and make sure you're there. So when you get there, I'll be trying to do that. Okay? You're after JT. Okay, remember we play this 3 times, right? 3 solos. And Matt, JT, and then Owen. Okay, right? Let me hear the bass. Oh, no. You hear it play. Good. They'll adjust volume. Okay, when you solo, then.
Oh, yeah. My volume's like a bit.
Mir, concert app. Ready? I shouldn't adjust it. Should I? Should I adjust my mic? I just don't want it to be like my stand. I'm sorry about that. You got stuck with me 5 more tunes. All right. Really cool little West Coast little bebop tune called Gertrude's Bounce. One, two, ready, and... Little Gertrude's bounce, huh? Matt Reese on the trumpet, JT on the tenor, and Owen on the guitar. How about, was that the Andy Griffith theme or something? Mayberry? I don't know. Pretty awesome. Hey, Matt, make sure that mic. All right, we're going to do an old Clifford Brown tune called Sandu. We did this down in Disney and did really well with it. It's going to feature Mr. Matt Eisenreich on the trumpet and J.T. Robinson, and once again on the tenor sax. Play a little bit. The song? Just play, because you didn't play the last one, right? Right. I just want to hear. Thank you. Yeah, this was the year to have this band. I'm really going to miss these guys next year. Yeah, we did really well in Disney, right? We got a superior rating, right? Right. We only were a couple points off from Jazz 1, right? Oh, I didn't, not to be competitive or anything, but so we got a silver. So, but yeah, these guys play really, really well. All right, we're going to do an old-fashioned jam. Okay, Duke Ellington, one of the great jazz artists and big bands of all times. It's a fun piece called Cottontail. All right, a little cocktail that featured Mr. Krasinski on the trombone, Kyle Dewey on the alto sax, Ching Ching on the piano, Tess Wright on the trumpet, and Owen Trainer on the guitar, and Jacob on the drums. All right, so. Okay. You have a technical difficulty? F. 13. Well, somebody messed with the keyboard. So let's turn it off. We knock the box off. Yeah, I'm not getting nothing from the keyboard. Getting nothing. Yeah, I turned it off to reset it. Why is it showing? Yeah. Just stand for a minute. Somebody changed all the voices on me. Owen, help me out here. Another box? Sorry about that. We're doing it an organ feature, so we need an organ sound. But before we do that, I want to feature our talk about our seniors, and Ching Ching's one of them. Ching Ching is going to Case Western next year. All right. Okay. And you've been with me, 4 years now in the jazz band, right? Pretty much? Yeah. And then Nick Lanks, right? You're going to Penn State, all right? You've been in the jazz program 4 years, pretty much? Yeah. So we wish them all the best. All right, so this is going to feature Ching Ching, and this is called The Chant. Okay? A 1, 2, 3. right, the champ, featuring Ching Ching on the organ and Amy on the drums. Amy got a special award down at Disney for her drumming skills. All right. All right. Hey. Last one. Then you guys can stand and stretch a little bit. Okay, another tune that we did down in Disney, which we did really well. It's a Chick Corea tune, one of my favorite tunes. It's going to feature JT on tenor sax again, Mr. Matt Reese on the trumpet, and once again Owen on the guitar. Here is Chick Corea's Spain. What a band. I'm really going to miss this band. Jazz Ensemble 2. All right. You have one chance left to go buy the raffle. Okay, as we set up for Jazz Ensemble 1, go do it now.
You should always talk like that. That was on point. That's his teaching voice. Nice job. Nice job. Is that Josh's trombone?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh! Right. We're gonna hang on 1 minute. Saxes. I get rid of the end. Saxes. Get rid of the end chair. Slide these down. Yes. Saxes. Make sure there's a mic in the front. Okay. Sawyer, do you need two stands? Yes. You need two stands, right? Yes. No. What'd you just do? Oh, okay. Huh? Yes. Do you need one? Oh, okay.
can read my music really well because it's like.
Okay, cats ready?
They just came out there.
Cats and kittens ready? Let's do this.
Oh.
What's that? No, Bobby.
These. Let's go. I'll
Okay, you ready?
I think I'll be okay.
You ready?
And besides, my bow like points that way.
Okay, set. Listen, pace yourself. Okay? Pace yourself. Ready? Swing out. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, hey! Thank you. Jazz Ensemble 1. That was a Sammy Nestico piece. I thought I heard Mr. Pizzani talk about Sammy Nestico, Pittsburgh native, chief arranger for the Count Basie Big Band for so many years, and that's one of the tunes he wrote for the Basie Band. And it's actually that High Five is the title High Five. It's the last album Basie ever recorded. And the story I like to tell the kids is, I know this to be true. Whenever they recorded that track, they wheeled Count Basie out in a wheelchair, and he was playing from his wheelchair, the piano, just exactly what Jack Moe played there. So, Count Jack Yula. That also featured Alan Kai on the alto saxophone. And how about Elliot Borowski on the blues trombone? Okay, I'm going to divide my seniors up a little bit because I got a lot of them, but you know what? I'm not worried. Did you hear? How about Jazz Ensemble 2 and 3, huh? Yeah, man, we're in good shape. Okay, my entire trumpet section is graduating. Yeah, but did you hear the trumpet section in Jazz 2 and 3? We're fine. They can be replaced. Okay. Never tell a trumpet player that. I was talking too fast for them to understand anyway. They're trumpet players. Okay. All right, first off, we're going to hear from this young man next, but I'll introduce him now. Playing all the lead stuff, Mr. Joe Helgerman. He's going to the University of Pittsburgh for computer science. And our artist in residence for Jazz Ensemble 4. She did a great job helping that group out. And she's going to go to Slippery Rock for music education, Jen Foster. Another young lady, which you're going to hear from a little later on, going to Grove City College for exercise science, Katie Scott. And yet another young lady you're going to hear from a little later in the program, also going to the University of Pittsburgh for, I think this is a thing, industrial engineering for pre-dentistry. Yeah. She's going to design teeth. I don't know. Regina Munch. Okay, this next tune we're going to feature a guy that never gets featured. Your lead trumpet player never gets featured, and he's one of the hardest working people in the big band. Back there, pounding those high notes, and everyone expects it to be there, and if it's there, you're like, man, that sounded good. If it's not there, you're like, uh-oh. Yeah, my jazz band teacher in college used to say you have to have a drummer, a bass player, and a lead trumpet player. If you have those three things, you're in good shape. Well, we're going to give this young man a solo. This is his last concert with us, and he's going to do Maria from West Side Story, the Maynard Ferguson arrangement of that, and we altered a little bit, right? We don't want Joe to hurt himself. Okay, so this is Leonard Bernstein's Maria, as arranged by Don Stabeski for the the Maynard Ferguson Big Band, Maria. System can only handle so much sound, Joe. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Joe Helgerman. Joe Helgerman. Again, I think as we go along here, you'll see which one of these kids am I going to say, sorry, you can't play tonight, right? You know, so I hope that you get that weighted thank you, and I hope we're making it worth your while. I really do. We're going to feature, at least someone likes it. Okay, good. I'm going to introduce our trombone seniors at this point, one of which you're going to hear from right now. Christopher Robinson is going to the University of Florida for engineering. He's going to learn how to drive trains. Okay, different kind of engineer, right? All right, this trombone section's going far. We have Josh Shaw playing bass trombone. He's going to the University of Southern California for social sciences and humanities. Josh Shaw, USC. Okay, we're going to continue with another beautiful arrangement, and I first came in contact with this particular arrangement when I was in high school. My good friend of mine, probably my best friend, Bob Matchett, the band director at Seneca, his father was our band director. He played this solo his senior year, and I thought it would be very fitting for Chris to do this. Made famous, probably most famous by Frank Sinatra. It's a little different arrangement of it, though. This is entitled, I've Got a Crush on You. about it, Mr. Chris Robinson on the trombone? Okay, saxophone section, seniors. Boy, these two must be like brothers or something. I don't know. Kevin Stiles, who you're going to hear from here shortly, which I'll tell you in a minute here, his little accomplishment. He's going to Carnegie Mellon University, correct? For computer science. Kevin Stiles. And his twin brother sitting beside him, Alan Kai, computer science, Carnegie Mellon University. And on second tenor, we got Nick Delatorre going to Robert Morris University for actuarial sciences. I don't know what that is, but it sounds smart. So, Nick Delatorre. Okay, we're going to speed it back up for you. This is a tune we did down in Disney. And I should tell you, this group here scored a 96 out of 100. It was the highest score of any ensemble, regardless of whether it was an orchestra, band, jazz ensemble, choir. It doesn't make a difference. They scored 96 out of 100. So, yeah. Also, we won the most outstanding jazz soloist, who you're going to hear from now. No pressure. Kevin Stiles, he's going to play a gold clarinet. Yes, I know it's a soprano saxophone. This is entitled Slow Funk. Let's hear it for Kevin Stiles on the soprano saxophone. And how about Sawyer Smith on the drums? Sawyer Smith on the drums. Okay, I'm going to do the rhythm section. Seniors now. Going to Penn State, the Pennsylvania State University, for Public Relations and Business, our bass player, Mr. Greg Berkovich. Greg. Also going to Penn State University for physics, Mr. Jack Moe. You can turn around and say hi. I love that kid. Okay. And on guitar, and I'll tell you, along with the lead trumpet player, the guitar player sometimes in a big band just gets no credit. You know when it's bad, but you don't notice it when it's good. That's the thing, guitar player. I tell these kids, there's two people in the Count Basie band that were never fired. Count Basie and Freddie Green, the guitar player. And he's just back there strumming along, keeping the rhythm bouncing. He means everything to the rhythm section. Going to Vassar College, I like this major, for cognitive science, film, and music composition, right? Joe Abriitis on guitar. Another thing I want to let you guys know is high five, slow funk, and a tune you're going to hear in a little bit. We've been working on for a while. The ballads, though, that you're hearing, and the last tune we're going to do, we haven't been working on all that long. A couple weeks, maybe, guys, right? A couple weeks, maybe a month. I just think that's a testament. A lot of these, they're professional arrangements. That Maria is the exact same arrangement that the Maynard Ferguson band played. Slow funk, the exact same arrangement that the Bob Minster, well, actually the Buddy Rich band played it, with Bob Minster as one of his arrangers. These are high school kids, playing professional big band charts, man. And they're going to play 8 of them. That's amazing to me. Okay, we're going to continue. Her dress matches the title, right? Did you coordinate that on purpose? Okay. 5. Okay. Inside Jazz 1 joke. I love this tune. And we went to the All-Eastern, this band went to, not this band, but Jazz 1 went to the All-Eastern conference a few years ago in Baltimore, and we had the great fortune of having Mike Came solo with us, the gentleman that Mr. Baldanzi had been talking about. And this is the tune he played with us. It's entitled Blue, in memory of Blue Mitchell. And when Regina and I were thinking about a tune to do, we had a couple different options, and I really nudged her in this direction because I think this just sounds like her. It's a great piece. I love the piece. She plays it really, really well. So we hope you enjoy Blue by Bobby Shue, arranged by Gordon Brisker. Okay, so are we making it worth your while for the long wait? I hope so. I just, man, these are high school kids, and I forget that sometimes, and I had a class a long time ago. It doesn't matter which class it was that I was really attached to. They were great kids, man. And I thought, okay, I'm never going to ever become attached to a class like that again. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I went home that night after that last concert, and I just cried like a baby because I was going to miss those kids so much, so much. Here's the thing. Every class since then, there's been something. There's always been something that has made me so attached to them. And this class is no different. This is one of the finest jazz ensembles I think we've ever had here. I don't know if it's the best one, but it's definitely, it's up there. I mean, it's definitely up there, man. And I'm lucky because tonight my son's sleeping over his friend's house, so I'm probably going to go home and I'm probably going to cry like a baby tonight. I'm just being honest with you, man. I mean, to hear high school kids do this is just, oh, man, it's amazing. And this next tune's not going to help. We did this tune. It's Little Darling, right? Is that next? Okay. We did this tune down at Disney as well, and I think the judges were most impressed with this tune, believe it or not. Neil Hefti tune, again, played by the Count Basie Orchestra. It takes an immense amount of control to pull this off, and that's one of the things one of the judges came down and said they couldn't believe high school kids could sound this mature on a tune like this. This is Neil Hefti's Little Darling, and it's going to feature Katie Scott on the trumpet. Little Darling. Okay. Little darling. Katie Scott, little darling. Okay. Before we play this tune and I introduce this gentleman, let me introduce someone to you who doesn't think I'm going to introduce him. He was with me for about 8 weeks. And honestly, this guy right here, come on out, Scott. Come on out, Scott. This is the best student teacher I've ever had, Scott Boyer from Slippery Rock University. No offense to the other student teachers I've had, but this guy was like an assistant director at the high school, man. He was it. Scott, thanks, man. Thanks for coming back. And he's done. He doesn't have to be here tonight. He came back just to hear the kids. How about that, huh? All the way from Slippery Rock. All right. We're going to continue. It's kind of a ballad. Kind of not. It's a Stan Kenton ballad. You know what that means, right? Yeah. This is going to feature Alex Giorgetti on the trumpet, another fine trumpet player. I have 5 fine trumpet players back there. A lot of you guys will probably know this tune by Vernon Duke. This is the Stan Kenton arrangement of Autumn in New York.
Might need that. What's that? Might need that. A little bit.
Three. Alex Giorgetti on the trumpet. There's something I know he would never expect me to do this, but there's something that I want to say about Alex. Unfortunately, and I hope you're not mad at me for saying this, Alex had a pretty bad ankle injury, and this kid loves band. I mean, he just absolutely loves band. And the ankle injury he suffered wouldn't let him do marching band and play the trumpet in marching band anymore because he couldn't march. So he turned around and played guitar in the pit and did one heck of a job and was 100% loyal, showed up for everything. And I've really, what a display of dedication and love of music. I didn't forget him when we were doing the trumpets. I just wanted to give him that extra special recognition because it takes a lot of people would have just said, oh, I can't march, forget it. I'm done. He didn't do that. And he's going to the University of Pittsburgh for political science, is that right? For political science. Alex Giorgetti. All right, this is our last tune. I don't know why I do this to myself every year. I always do a tune last that I shouldn't do. One time in my career, it ended very badly. Let's hope this one doesn't. Are you all familiar with the movie Whiplash? Okay, yeah. You know that's not real, right? Like, I don't really talk to these kids like that. Well, maybe Sawyer I do, but... Are you a rusher or a drag? Okay, we won't do that, okay. This is the tune entitled Whiplash from that movie, but I told the kids we're going to play this under two conditions. One, you better work your butt off on it because it's hard. Two, you understand this is not from the movie. Hank Levy arranged this for the Don Ellis Big Band back in I think the early 70s. And you'll see it's the 70s thing. And the movie Whiplash used this tune as their title track. So this was long before the movie came out. So it's like a real jazz tune. It's not something we just concocted for that movie. So I'd like you to all put us in a good place. Hope that we make it to the end unhurt. Okay? Guys ready? So who's we going to feature? Kevin Stiles, right? On the alto saxophone, and Greg Berkovich on the bass. And really, I mean, I could introduce the whole band to you. Every single part's like, what? It's a math problem. This tune is one big math problem. It's like in 7/4, grouped all different funky kind of ways, and I shouldn't be doing it. But we're going to do it. Here we go, Whiplash. Story of my life. Don't expect too much, you won't be let down. One, two, ready, hey! Jazz Ensemble 1, everybody up. Kevin Stiles, alto saxophone. Greg Berkovich on the bass. Jazz Ensemble 1, thank you. Stand up. Thank you so much for staying so late. I hope we made it worth your while. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. Have a great weekend.